All right, so we want to factor a quadratic. So we see in this case we have y squared minus y minus 12. And to factor it, remember that means we're going to make it so it looks like this binomial like this. We can see in this case that we have y squared, so that means that we know that y is by itself on the front end and it does not have any coefficient in front of it. Next, we need to figure out, okay, what two numbers multiply together to become negative 12, but when they're added together, they become negative 1. So we can think of it like this. I know I can go 1 times 12 is a factor of 12. I can go 2 times 6, and I can go 3 times 4. If I'm looking at this, that means if I subtract them, I should get 1 or negative 1, and then I can figure out my sign from there. If I go 1 minus 12, that would be 11, so that one doesn't work. 2 minus 6 would get me negative 4. That doesn't work. 3 minus 4 does in fact get me negative 1. And because I want it to be negative, it means I want my bigger number to be negative. So I'd go y minus 4 and I'd go y plus 3. So that's how I'd write it down as I go parenthesis y minus 4, y plus 3, which we can check. All right, so following that same process again, if we look at this, we can see we have x squared plus 9x plus 18. Again, when we're looking at this, when we separate this out to a factor, the first thing that we notice is we do notice, in fact, that the coefficient in front of x is 1, so I can just split this up and go x and x. The next thing is I want to find all of the multiples of 18 and see which ones add up to 9. So I'd have 1 times 18, 2 times 9, 3 times 6, and that's all of them. So from here, if I go 1 plus 18, that's 19, so that doesn't work. 2 plus 9 is 11, so that doesn't work. 3 plus 6 does equal 9, so that works. So I could go plus 3 and plus 6. And so that's what I'm going to put over here. It's parenthesis x plus 3, then x plus 6, which we can check. Okay, and then doing this one last time. This time we have z squared minus 10z plus 21. Again, the coefficient in front of z is just 1, so I'm going to separate them to be z and z. Then I need to figure out, okay, what two numbers multiply together to get 21, but when they're added together get negative 10. This means, remember, because this one's positive and this one's negative, it means both my numbers are negative. So it means I'd have negative 1 times negative 21. Then I'd have negative 3 times negative 7. And those are the only multiples. When I add them together, that's negative 22, so that one doesn't work. And when I add these together, it's negative 10, so that one works. So I'd go z minus 3 and z minus 7. So I'd come over here and go parenthesis z minus 3, z minus 7, like that, which we can check. Okay, and that's how you can factor a quadratic.